Hi there. So, as promised, and yesterday's live didn't get saved, I just wanted to come here and give you a quick recap of what we did yesterday. On the Menorah live, we painted something like this, and we're gonna do it again out here. I'm gonna try to make this super fast so that you'll, easily be able to catch up and try it out if you haven't. So, I'm gonna take some gouache paint. You can use watercolor, you can use acrylic as well. Gouache is a transparent watercolor like medium. It's just opaque and has a bit more fillers, giving it a more opaque feel. Okay, and let's just look at some brush control techniques. For example, creating really thin straight simple lines. This is a round 3 number brush. No brand as such, just any is fine. Similarly, explore how the same brush can make a different stroke. And I want you to go ahead and pause the video if you need to and just practice thin and thick strokes and some brush control mechanisms that we are looking at right now. Apart from, let's say, this kind of a shape, you can even go ahead and try the same shape out like so. And this is how we make a simple leaf. This is a 2-step leaf. You can go ahead and try to make it in a single step. I'll just go ahead and show you. So for this you need a pretty pointed round brush. Mine is not as much. I'll just show you with a pointed one as well. So you make a very thin line and then you press the belly of the brush and then pick it back up, and it sort of gives a leaf shape. Before you begin, you need some round brushes, some gouache paint, a palette if you need, some tissue, some pencil if you need to, and some 1 or 2 jars of water. So apart from that, I'm also going to use some gold watercolor, which is handmade by one of my friends. Her name is Anandita. I will link it in the description. Okay, apart from this, I also want to show you a property of gouache where you can layer a lighter color on top of a darker one, which is not possible ideally in the case of watercolors. This is because of its opacity. So as you can see, this is almost dry. I'll just go ahead and show you. As you can see, it's almost covering, you almost can't see the background green. If you add another layer to it, once it dries out, it's going to be completely opaque. Cool. So once you have, just go ahead and pause this video and try to, wander around with your brushes, with different sizes, with different shapes. This is a flat brush. This is a filbert one. Just try out different techniques with the different brushes. For example, see how filbert brushes make a sort of pattern. Similarly, how the same brush movement creates a different pattern for flat brushes. And similarly, try it out with a simple round brush and how it makes a different design, like so. So how these are different, how colors, the thickness of the color and the quantity of water that you'll need will come through practice. So if you dilute, for example, if I do not dilute my paint as much, it's going to be super opaque. Okay, this is not as opaque because I had to reactivate the gouache with water. I'll just go ahead and take some fresh paint out from the tube and show you. So this one is fresh out of the tube and not diluted with water. So you see how thick it is, and it gets thinner the moment you keep adding water to it. As you can see, it's becoming more and more transparent, just like watercolor. Okay, see you in the next part where we look into how to make a leaf and how to make a final pattern. So let me show you, and this works for watercolor as well as gouache or poster colors as well. You can take the different greens that you have, mix them with browns and see what they create, and mix a couple of them together to see what you get. And similarly mix it with a dark sepia kind of color and see how the muted greens come out. So you can go ahead and try to experiment with these, and not just greens. Try to experiment the same with pinks, for example, or reds. So red with let's say light red, and this is magenta with light red, and magenta with burnt sienna or burnt umber, and just try and see how these colors can be muted down to different shades. Similarly with blues, you can add some yellows to make them teal or greenish, and so on. So Menorah books are absolutely my favorite because they're so handy, and you can actually, this is my secret recipe book where I write in all my different recipes for some colors that I absolutely love, and it is completely bleed proof, so you can work on both sides without having an issue. And it works well with watercolors, with gouache, with acrylic, pencil colors, ink, calligraphy pens, everything. So that's one of the reasons why I absolutely love this sketchbook. Okay, then we'll just go ahead and I'll keep this on the side as a reference, and we'll go ahead and try to make this again. So for this, I would recommend you to use something like a pointed round brush. This one is by STATIONERY, like so. And let's begin. So first I'm going to take the lightest green that we have and just simply make a very thin line, like so. Does not need to be perfect. And at the end of the line, just go ahead and press the brush down like we saw. I'll just do it again because it might not have come on camera. And just wherever you feel the leaf needs, the stem sort of needs a leaf, go ahead and stamp it up. So by stamp, I mean just stamp it like so, and then pull it back up and connect it wherever you feel like. So there is no particular pattern to it. You can do it downwards like so. So this comes with a little bit of practice, so don't worry if your leaf does not look exactly like this. Mine used to look horrible. Let me give you a quick view if it's possible in here. Look at that. This was about a year ago when I did not know how to create leaves or even hold a brush, and this was when I started taking tutorials and trying other things out. This took about a month or so of trying different things out and trying my own style. So don't worry, just pick up the brush and try to just put it out there. Making leaves is very therapeutic, so you will actually enjoy this process. Don't worry about the outcome. It does not matter how it looks. It's just that you need to enjoy the process and just breathe in, breathe out, and you'll figure it out. For any doubts related to gouache or watercolors or even calligraphy, if you feel that I can help you out, feel free to reach out to me, and I'll be really happy to guide you if needed, help you out if I can, or send you off to somebody who can help you out better. So slowly what I'm doing is I'm changing the color. I've gone to a darker green. Go ahead and mix different greens, and there is no recipe for this as such. Just go ahead and mix whatever colors you feel go well with green and just see the outcome. Experiment is the best way to learn this. Okay, now for the next layer, I'm gonna take a very deep green. So I've mixed this one with a little bit of blue and a lot of brown, so it'll look a lot darker and deeper. So watercolors and gouache are reactivated by water since they are water-based mediums. Don't worry about where the leaves are going or how it's looking, it does not matter. Just going ahead and doing this with the flow. It does not matter what plant this leaf belongs to or what species or genus, absolutely does not matter right now. All that matters is that you go ahead and simply create. Yeah, just go ahead and create. Now I'm gonna take a bit of, so this is something that I like to do, is adding blue leaves to the whole thing. You can skip the step if you don't coincide with the thought, or you can go ahead and make this just like I am. So this is not coming out as good as I want it to be because I'm at an angle and I'm usually camera shy, so that probably is the reason. But if you just breathe in, breathe out and try to, you know, make this slowly, you'll be able to get it in a while. Don't worry about the leaves again. Anywhere where you feel that you want to make this, go ahead and do so. Okay, and now I'm gonna add some gold. So once this dries out, mine hasn't completely dried, so I'm just gonna add some gold to it. This is handmade watercolor gold, and you can see how beautiful this looks. So I'm gonna go ahead and fast forward this so that you can see the process. So now that we have this, it looks something like this. It needs to completely dry, but once it does, it's gonna look something like this. And there we have it. I really hope that you liked the session and it was helpful for you, and do try it out. Once you do tag me on my account as well as Menorah on theirs. And yeah, see you later. Bye bye.